Hello and welcome to Mike's a little low here. Hello and welcome to another. Well, I think this is episode 3 now of the Chomp Chat. I'm your host Spencer Barrett. I have a good amount planned for this one. It's going to be average length. It shouldn't cross the 20-minute mark. But yeah, let's just get right into stuff. Um, and yeah. So I want to actually switch it up a little bit, and today I'm going to start with the episodely review section. And what I'm going to talk about is the Minecraft movie. What else? What else am I really going to talk about? I mean, what other big movie has or something like that has there been out right now? So it's a movie. It's kind of just like your average. I don't want to call it a cash grab, but at the same time, I think the producers knew that no matter how they decided to make this movie, they would end up making money. It's a Minecraft movie. Everybody grew up with Minecraft. That's just the way it was bound to be. So not that's not to say the movie's bad, and I honestly want to say that the special effects in this movie are awesome, and you can tell that at least in that retrospect there was a lot of like love and detail that went into it. Um, but everything else, like the plot, was just really weird. It was like your baseline. If you had to, if somebody asked you what a default plot would be, it would probably be a movie like this. They get they find this artifact, they get transported into the Minecraft world, and they find Steve, and Steve says, "We have to defeat this big evil that's trying to destroy my world." And then they build up to the big fight, and then, you know, the heroes save the day. It's just that kind of movie. And I think it works well for fans. It's something that you are really just supposed to turn your brain off and watch the movie. I don't think you're really supposed to look at it in too much of a sophisticated manner. So yeah, that's gonna be the Minecraft movie, and I'd probably rate it about a 6 out of 10. Well, yeah, I want to say one more thing. I think it's really interesting and honestly funny how an actor like Jason Momoa accepted this kind of role, because you have this sophisticated DC Aquaman, and then we jump right over, and now we have Garrett the Garbage Man, who's some crazy character who's peaked in high school. It's just funny. But yes, I'm gonna give it a base 6 out of 10 for the base movie that it is. Moving on, I want to talk about what I no longer think is something that I should be scared or like controversial to talk about, and that's going to be how Trump has been handling the U.S. in the first only eighth of his presidency. We've only had him as a president. He's only an eighth way through his presidency. Um, what is there to say other than this is bad? I mean, from the violations of the Constitution to the genuine market manipulation, it's insane. It's insane. So what's happened is we've implemented tariffs. Well, he's implemented tariffs, and I think the one on China was about 125. And when he introduced these tariffs on one of the biggest factories or producers of goods, the stock market deplenished. I could open the stocks app right now and like give an example for like, and here's the thing about it, right? The stock market was fixed after he paused the tariffs, and everybody crowned him as a hero. What he did is a basic textbook narcissist move where he started a problem and then fixed it and wanted people to crown him as the hero. Um, so the stocks since he's been president, they started at 44.6 thousand and they are now at 40. At their lowest, they were down to 36, I believe, 37, which is insane. And the crazy part is it's market manipulation because his billionaire friends were in on this, and he knew he was going to pause those tariffs. So he brought these tariffs in that crashed the stock market, and then he told his billionaire friends, and I think he even like posted it on Truth Social or whatever, And he said now's a good time to buy an hour before he implemented these pauses on the tariffs, which of course the stock market rebounded, not even close to where it was before this drop, and now he's being praised as a hero for that when he didn't do anything. And the stocks, even though you see the pretty green color, they're still down. The stocks are not up to where they were, and that's not that's just the way that it is. It's insane. Um, so yeah, and of course, Trump is doing things where he's blatantly lying and deporting innocent people from the United States and framing them as gang members. He's trying to take away people's visas and their citizenships and get them deported if they're not from America. It's just insane to watch, and all we can do as Americans is hope that something changes. I'm gonna be moving on now to a bit of a, well, I was about to make that sound crazier than it was. It's just a little personal note. Um, I think I've probably mentioned it in a previous episode, but I'm really big into learning languages, and what I'm focusing right now on is French, and I'm trying to reach fluency by the time I graduate, which I think I can do it. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about how much learning a language has helped me, like, mentally and in my like happiness. It really works to like, it's really like challenged my brain, and it's been something that like, you feel it's something that you can do, that you have fun with. And when you, my backlight just died, so I think this is what we're gonna have to, I mean, wait, yeah, oh, there we go. Sorry about that. We're gonna continue where we were. I'm gonna leave that in because it was funny. um but yes, so basically, it's helped me a lot. uh I kind of forget where I was. It's helped me a lot mentally, and I guess we're working with the natural light today. Um, it's something that I definitely think everybody should try, because working on learning a language, it challenges your brain, and it's something that I feel like it's made me smarter and more of a problem solver when you're trying to link together these sentences that are formed differently than you're used to in English. And it's something that has really helped me. And of course, you know, when you get the opportunity, and whenever, I haven't had it too often, but when you get the opportunity to talk to a native speaker and speak to them in that language and have them understand you, and you're able to have like a conversation, nothing feels more rewarding than that. So I definitely advise strongly for all of you at home watching to give learning a language a try, no matter what it happens to be. I would definitely say, if you want to start, I think learning something like Spanish, French, or like, what other languages are common in the US? I don't know. German. I don't know. But I think you should. It's very beneficial to learn a language like that, because, like, for example, if you end up getting a career in the future where you work in, I don't know, sales, and you have a customer who doesn't speak English and your company can go to you to translate, they'll probably be very happy about that. And hey, maybe you'll get a little bonus pay in there if you happen to be bilingual. So yes, I strongly advise that. Moving on, I'm gonna give myself a little plug shout out here. I made a short film for my TVAV class called The Ark. It's just a short horror film. It's about, like, I think 6 minutes long. That could even be an exaggeration. I don't know. But yeah, it's very, very short. It's just something I made for fun. I low-key made it in like one night and everything, but it was a lot of fun. And I think it'd be nice if you watched it. And maybe you could even try making your own and submitting it to the Chomp. Maybe we can show it in, I mean, yeah, we could probably show it in the Chomp. It'd be fun. But yes, please check it out. I think even though I made it in one night, I worked hard on it, and I'm pretty impressed with it. You can see it at Spencer UH on YouTube, Spencer UH, and it's called The Ark, a short horror film. Thank you. Moving on, I want to talk about the future of this podcast. So I've done about 3 episodes, and I've also done, on the Chomp Chat interviews channel. I've put interviews on there, which I really enjoy, and I think that's probably honestly my favorite part of being the multimedia editor and like runner of all this media stuff when it comes to the Chomp. It's been a lot of fun, And I think podcast wise, I think I would also like to see other people who enjoy this kind of stuff thrive and have opportunities. So what I'm going to be doing next year, because I'm not too sure if there's going to be any more podcast episodes this year. We'll see how time works out. Maybe there'll be one more in May or June. But I would like to, give opportunities for either other people to come co-host with me or for other people to host. So, for example, in January, I would host one. In February, we'd have another person host an episode, or we would co-host. And I think that'd be something that'd be really nice to do. So that is definitely something that we're gonna start doing next year. I just want to say, be on the lookout for that. If you are interested in doing any of the stuff, interviews, or this podcast or anything like that, please reach out to the Chomp. I'll probably reach out as well, or I'll probably be able to talk to you, and it'd be awesome. Yeah, definitely. Anyone who's interested, reach out to the Chomp. We are definitely looking for more multimedia people because right now I'm like basically the only one who like does stuff like this. So yes, it'd be awesome to have more people on deck, and it'd also be a great and fun experience for you if you're watching this and you're interested. Spring break. It just happened. It's currently, well, it's actually, I'm filming this very late. It is actually about 1 a.m. So it is the last day of spring break right now. Too sad, too sad. Um, I need it to be longer. I mean, I know we had like 11 days, but it's never enough. It's never enough. Luckily, summer is actually not too spaced out from spring break. Less than 2 months remaining. So clap that up. Anyone? All right. So my spring break. I mean, my birthday was over spring break, and that was pretty awesome. So happy birthday to me, big 1-5. Whoa. Um, I kind of just laid back on spring break and didn't do much, and I honestly think that's what everyone should do. I feel like, also, well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I think spring break should just be spent like, chilling. I mean, no one's stopping you from going on vacation, but I think like that's the best way in my eyes to spend spring break. Just like relaxing, doing whatever you want, and just being able to enjoy some time without having to worry about school. Except you do, because tell me why these teachers are assigning assignments over the break. 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 We're on break. Why am I working? Why am I doing assignments and having to log? Whoa. Why am I logging in to freaking wherever to do these notes or whatnot? Not calling anyone out because, well, there's no one to call out because like all my teachers have work assigned over break. Um, but yes, if you're a teacher watching this, you should, for future reference, probably not assign work over spring break. That'd be very nice. I think we'd all appreciate it. But yeah, I did it all. Yeah, well, I guess now it would be yesterday because it's midnight. But yeah, I did it all yesterday. And it was fine once it got over with. I'm a big procrastinator, so it wasn't really a biggie to get it all done at the last minute. But yeah, just unfortunate. On the topic of AP classes or classes giving you, the AP exams are a week out. Well, the AP Bio one is, and that's kind of when they all start flowing in. I think the AP Bio one is like the first one. But yes, I'm a little nervous. The AP Bio one, I've started to just not care as much. Well, I care, but I've started to not care into the area of, getting a 1 or a 5 or whatever happens at this point. I will take bio in college if I need to. That's a problem for future me, but it's just so insufferable to study for these. I started studying a little bit ago. I'm gonna start doing a little bit of cramming towards this end. Well, I'm not completely cramming, but a little bit. So what my plan is, and this is actually something I think you guys should try out, take practice tests on whatever the subject is and then see what you know and what you don't know and study what you and then take a day or two to study what you don't know And then after that, take another practice test and see if you remember that stuff, and look at the stuff you still need to work on, and keep doing that until you're able to get better and better scores. There's also this method I learned on TikTok called the blurt method, where basically you take a piece of paper and you write down every single thing you can remember, um, to a good enough extent, about what you're learning and what you need to prepare for, and then compare with your notes and see what you forgot, and then write that down, and then try it again on the piece of paper again and try to write everything, and keep the process until you can remember everything. Those are some great ways to study, especially last minute if you need to. Not that I advise studying last minute, but if the situation arises, that's definitely something that I think has helped me a lot, as I've done that. I I took my first practice test for bio, and then I wrote it down, and like it's been working good, and I think it's a good idea. So that's definitely something I would advise you guys to try. Anyways, this is gonna wrap up this episode of the Chomp Chat, episode 3. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for, I think it's just gonna be one more this year. Maybe I'll do two. You know what? Maybe I'll do two. We'll see how it turns out. Maybe I'll have more ambition. Maybe not. But yes, that's gonna be a little case. And again, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.